throughout the presentation. So anybody that does have a question, there's a question bar portion in your control panel from the GoToMeeting, and unfortunately in these environments you can't actually speak to us, but you can send us messages. So we'd appreciate if you doing your best to keep it as interactive as possible, and that way we can focus on things that are important to you. So the agenda for today is kind of this. I'm going to do a quick introduction on why the online curriculum is growing and why it's important to customers, etc. And then I'm going to turn it over to Marcy, who's going to actually demonstrate the AXS Learning environment and walk you through some live screens and talk in terms of the teacher ability to make some adjustments to the program, etc. And then we're going to close with what are the next steps, how do you get a free demo, those kind of things. Of course, we'll do a summary and a questions and answers at the end, but I encourage you to submit your questions throughout the presentation so that we can focus on them. So I think anybody that's in education really understands that over the last decade that the online learning has grown immensely, and the number and quantity of digital information that's out there has drastically grown, and the technology has allowed us to access that better than ever before. And the growth is about 6,600% in the last decade. 1 in 3 higher education students are now taking online courses. 85% of all higher education institutes offer at least one online offering. And the reason they're doing this is it just allows them to have much more flexibility and diversity in the courses they offer. And there's a big cost savings in terms of being able to do this online instead of in a bricks and mortar environment. When we talk to our customers, we try to find out what is important to them in terms of how they see themselves utilizing online content at the moment. And this is kind of the top 5 reasons that our customers tell us that they are utilizing it. So one is they offer the courses they wouldn't be able to offer otherwise. They don't have the resources in the school, and Marcy will talk to some of the electives that are available through AXS Learning that may not be necessarily, the school may not have the resources for. There's other areas where they use it for a specific group, maybe as science labs or math labs or language labs, those kind of things. They offer honors courses or advanced placement college level courses. And Marcy will talk to how the honors program works with AXS Learning. It allows sometimes for scheduling conflicts to provide some more flexibility in scheduling for students. And it's a big reason that people are utilizing it is for credit recovery. So for students who have failed a course or failed a credit and need to pick it up, it's a huge saving for schools to be able to provide them with credit recovery online as opposed to bricks and mortar. So when I went to school, it was summer school. We're kind of eliminating that by giving them the ability to do it throughout the year in an online environment. And that's really what I have for the moment. What I'm going to do now is turn this over to Marcy, and I'm going to let her run with her side of it. So Marcy, take it away.
Thanks so much, Glenn, and thank you for joining us this morning to learn a little bit more about AXS Learning and the kind of curriculum options that you can have with it. As Glenn pointed out, online learning is clearly a growing entity within education. Currently, the students that are in schools are digital natives. They grew up using technology. They expect to use technology. A recent study by Project Tomorrow indicated that 50% of middle and high school students expect to have an online course as part of their curriculum, if not more. And the reason that they haven't taken it is that it's not been available. If you're on this webinar, it's because you already understand there is a necessity for online learning. And why would you be looking at this? Well, as Glenn has pointed out, not all courses are available in schools. Schools have limited budgets. Teachers are stretched to the max. The opportunity to offer elective credit or courses of interest to students is not always available, and online provides that for you. AXS Learning has 15 semesters of elective credits ranging from anthropology through research. With budget cuts, summer school cuts, the opportunity to earn the credit that students may have lost has been diminished. And what we find is that 81% of the schools that we talk to are most interested in how do they do credit recovery. Having just finished putting through a middle daughter through college, I am well aware of the cost of textbooks. And while in fact I know schools may recycle those textbooks and many are going to e-textbooks, the hardbacks are still expensive and a big chunk of the budget. This allows teachers and institutions to reduce some of that cost. Teachers, we believe, are the heart and soul of education. But we also know that you're looking constantly for additional resources. It doesn't take much internet search to see the websites that are popping up to offer additional resources. We believe AXS Learning is also one of those resources that can be available for you in your classroom. And then of course we're seeing more and more blended learning take place. These are some of the benefits of virtual learning that have come out of research study and certainly anecdotal stories. I don't think these are all of them, but these are some of the key ones, and I'm assuming as well that those of you on the webinar today understand there is a benefit to virtual learning. AXS Learning has been used in a couple of different ways. Blended learning, because we're seeing that as the largest growth in this education sector. There are 2 million students that are currently fully online in virtual schools, but there are 55 million additional students out there that are either in blended learning or that will be a direction that their schools or school districts go. They're looking at how to maximize resources that include teachers, that include facilities, and they're looking at trying to provide opportunities, more personalized education for students, either for the student who may need a little more help or for the student who needs to be challenged. Virtual education also provides an opportunity for teachers to use a flipped classroom. So they say, go read about this concept in these lessons, in this unit, in this chapter, and then come prepared tomorrow to discuss it. Our classes, our courses are semester length, comprehensive, full solutions for the school setting, but they do provide maximum flexibility for the student. Every school district has the challenges of how to deal with students who have health issues or perhaps there are travel issues. I have read something recently where some schools are using virtual learning to address the multiple snow days that seem to have been piled up this year as a result of the weather. And in this case, AXS Learning is incredibly budget friendly, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. When you begin to think about an online option, I think there are a number of considerations and questions that need to be asked. For example, does the product allow some or all of the instruction to be offered online? As I indicated, AXS Learning is designed to be complete semester-length courses. They are a full solution, meaning there's content, there's text, there's interactive pieces for the students. They're self-checked so the students can determine where they are, what they know, what they need to review. And then there are both computer-based and teacher-graded assessments. The courses do meet state standards, and they do meet Common Core. In fact, we have just completed updating our language arts and our math. We're particularly pleased with our math because we have taken a teacher, we've put them on a software where it's a video instruction that allows the students to go back multiple times to review the steps they need to take, and what I find even more engaging about it is he's used real life situations. So for those of us who many moons ago grew up and said, why do I ever need to know X, geometry, algebra, whatever, our teacher has really provided that answer in the videos. The curriculum can be personalized, and we'll talk about that through a teacher editing tool. We do offer 12 courses of credit recovery, and all of our core subjects have honors components. And it doesn't matter what your LMS is at your school. Our curriculum sits in a course management tool. It signs on, it's a single sign-on link, it's a link. The only thing that we send you extra is the assessments, because the assessments do sit in your LMS. But our curriculum is LMS agnostic. So what I want to do is kind of go through what does a course look like and what can you expect. As you look at each of these images, what you'll find is that our interface is clear and it's clean and it's intuitive and it's visually engaging, and it really serves as a metaphor for the course content. What you'll find at the bottom of every course, every lesson page, will be these Web 2.0 tools, and there are some that are going to be available in every single lesson and course because they're going to be relevant. For example, the chart tool will be very specific to science, but the glossary tool, which is a compilation of all of the keywords in the course, is going to be in every single course. So students will have an opportunity to go quickly to the ABC icon, open it up, and find the glossary, find the keyword they're interested in, and there's another way that they can find keywords as well. The periodic table, again, very specific to science. The charting tool, which allows them to do bar, pie, or line charts. And then, of course, the calculator for standard, scientific, and then graphing. The notes tool is available in every single course because we encourage students to take notes and then to save them to their own computer so they can go back and they can review as they need to. The navigation is intuitive, and here you can see across the horizontal bar. This is how you navigate within a lesson. So this is a lesson of 6 pages. You are on page 6. If you go over to the menu, it's a drop down of all the lessons in the course. So you can navigate quickly within a course depending upon where it is that you need to go. All of our courses are built on a 5-phase instructional design that is really a truncated version of Gagne. It's prepare, deliver, practice, assess, summary, and then assess. We like to start out every lesson with some key information, either something that will pique the student's interest, will provide a provoking question, or will tap into prior knowledge. We have a what you should know, which really outlines what the students should come prepared with in order to be successful in this course, in this particular lesson. There's lesson expectations, which again are the objectives, and then of course the lesson keywords. That's a listing. It's an accordion drop down. The other advantage that we have with keywords is to the first time that a keyword is available or used in the lesson, when you do a rollover, you will get a drop-down definition. And the reason we think that's really important is that it allows students to see that word and use it within context, which will help them as they increase their vocabulary. We try to look at concepts and offer concepts in ways that appeal to a variety of learning styles. So we have a lot of images, we have a lot of links out to the internet that support concepts. There are interactive self-checks such as this that will provide corrective feedback. So a student can take this, they get to interact with the curriculum, and then what they determine is what they know or what they need to review. This is another example of a drag and drop, which helps them outline and reinforce what they know, in this case, about scientific methods. At the end of every lesson, there is a summary that outlines the very specific key concepts that they have reviewed, and then they have an opportunity to either go to their assignments, which may be a teacher graded assignment, or it could be a computer-based assignment, or they can go back and review more information, review this particular lesson. As I indicated earlier, the assessments will actually sit in your LMS, and it provides maximum flexibility for the teachers because you can use the item bank that we have made available, and there are multiple choice, there's true, false, there's images that are used, or because we also believe that application and critical thinking are very important. Project-based assessments can be found in almost every lesson. So teachers can use the projects, they can use the item banks that are provided, or they have the opportunity to develop their own item assessments. Now, one of the big advantages we feel in AXS Learning is the fact that you have the opportunity to also put your own imprimatur on each course. The heart and soul of education, and I have spent 38 years in education. To me, the heart and soul is the teacher. We know how hard teachers work to develop lesson plans, to constantly be looking at new resources, to figure out how to engage students. And then when they're looking at a class, they also have students that either end of the spectrum, and how do they really help those students? So we have a teacher editing tool that we think provides a great opportunity for teachers to personalize. I'm just going to show you, there are a number of things you can do in this teacher authoring tool. You can add images, you can add videos, you can do wikis, you can do blogs, you can do polls. I'm only going to show you a couple because I want you to have a sense of really how easy it is once you understand what the layout is. What you see here is the back end of the teacher editing tool, and on the left-hand side you'll see this course, and you will see that you can actually go down to every page level. The first thing we always encourage teachers to do is to preview the page. You want to see what that particular page looks like. Our lessons are set up so that each page is set up. There are 6 regions. So you want to see what region is actually available. You don't want to try to put something in a region that already is crowded. The second thing we want you to do in this case is let's think about what it is. In this case, we're going to add a video. So what is it you want the students to do? So put in the directions. All of your work will happen in this region content box. And as you can see across the top, it's very familiar. It should be. It's very much like a Microsoft Word toolbar where you can change font, you can change size, you can really personalize this. In this case, we're going to look at add a video to a page. The red arrow points to an icon that you can't see. It's quite blurry, but it really is a media player that once you click on it, it will embed this media player again in your region content box. Then you want to go out to the web. You want to find a video that works for you. Almost all these videos have a place where you can embed the code. So you're going to copy the code, you're going to come back and you're going to paste it in the video embed code box below at the bottom of the region content, and then you're going to save this. When you go back out again to look at this page, what you can see is you have successfully updated this page so that your directions are clear and the video is available for your students immediately. The second thing I want to do quickly is to also show you again how to add an image. So again, preview the page, look at where you want it to go. Here's the page. We're going to put it in the lower left-hand region. Go out to the internet, copy the image, come back, drop it in, and this can be sized. So it's going to drop in probably oversized, and then you can size it. You can put in, you can identify what it is. You're going to save it, and then you're going to go back out and look at it on that page. One of the things that is really an advantage for teachers is if I'm teaching an environmental science section and Glenn is teaching an environmental science section, and I want to I want to change up this course and add some of the lesson work that I've done previously for a face-to-face class. I want to add in this information. What I do in my course has no impact on what Glenn does in his course. So you can really, it's very segmented, and so the what you have developed is personalized to your particular classroom. This is our website, axslearning.com. I invite you to go in and look at the video. The video is a little more, obviously it's a little more dynamic. We have found on GoToMeetings it's really hard to do those videos because of the streaming, the lack of streaming capability in this particular software, meeting software. But we encourage you to go in there. There's all kinds of information. Under curriculum, you can actually go in and look at every single course. We have 78 courses. Over 15 are electives. We have honors courses, and we have 12 credit recovery courses. But they will give you course overviews and content and allow you to really explore the opportunities. And then, of course, what we have encouraged and we offer is we invite you to use AXS courses for 90 days for free. And Glenn's going to talk a little bit about how you can make that happen for you and your school.
Sorry, I had you on mute there. Thanks, Marcy. I haven't seen any questions, but feel free to submit anything that you want to know. That's kind of the formal part of our presentation today. If you would like, as Marcy said, to try the product for a semester or for free 90 days, then you feel free to reach out to your CDI sales rep and ask, and we will set you up right away. If you don't know who your rep is, then my contact information is at the bottom of the screen, which is both my phone number and my email. If you're interested in having a demo for a bunch of people in your school or district, then by all means reach out to us and we can make those arrangements. There is a really good webinar, there's a really good video that you can see on the AXS Learning site that goes through much of what Marcy's gone through a minute ago, and so you could share that as well. And you have, as I said, you have my contact information, so feel free to use that. So if there is no more questions, then I certainly thank all of you for attending today. We do appreciate your time. We hope you found the session interesting and informative. And on behalf of AXS Learning and CDI, thanks, and have a great day.